Okay, 40 again is a word problem. Again, we need to define the most important statement inside the word problem. Let's see. For example, I saw the first statement is Mike Bolton is a hawk. Okay, let's copy that. Mike Bolton is a hawk. Okay, the second case so in my problem is Madonna cannot sing. Of course, you can, of course, write like that. Oh, I recommend when you define the statement, you put in affirmative way. It says Madonna can sing. Let's see one more. Cigar does not win a triple crown. Again, in singular, define, for example, let's define hard, like a cigar wins in affirmative way the triple crown. Okay, we have our three statement. Now the next part is expressed in symbolic language. Okay, now we express our problem in symbolic language. The first statement I saw is a combination using the conjunction or. Is Mike Bolton is a hawk, guess B. Okay, let's see, this is a premise 1. Premise 1 is Mike Bolton is a hawk, guess B. Disjunction, because it's or, Madonna cannot sing, and negation Q. Because Q is Madonna can't sing, and this is a negation. Okay, now the premise number 2 is Madonna cannot sing. But premise number 2 is a conditional because it's if then. You see, if then. So condition is Madonna cannot sing, and negation Q again. Arrow. Cigar does not win the triple crown. Negation R. Negation R. Okay. Period here. Period. This period in this case separate the conclusion. So this is a conclusion. Okay, the conclusion is again a conditional statement, but this is not clear. But we have two parts. Cigar win the triple crown, comma. Therefore, Michael Bolton is not a hawk. So it's like a cause and effect. So again, it's conditional. Cigar win the triple crown is R, conditional. Michael Bolton is not hot is negation P. Okay, this is a symbolic language. Okay, this is 40 continuation. This is the symbolic language of our problem. This is the truth table. Okay, the first premise is the disjunction between P and negation Q. So now we're adding one extra column for the negation Q to see much better. Is well completely opposite. True value of Q is false, true, false, true, true. Now ready for the premise number 1. Case P disjunction negation Q is premise number 1. Remember disjunction. Disjunction is true when at least one statement is true. And so this is true and negation this is. So this is true, 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 false, false, true, true. Okay, those are only 2 false. Now the premise number 2. Premise number 2 is. Okay, premise number 2 is negation R. Negation R is completely different opposite true value of R. This is false, true, false, true, false, true, false, and true. Okay, now the premise number 2 is negation Q, arrow, negation R. This is the premise number 2. Basically, it's the conditional between this column and this column. This column is the antecedent and this column is the consequent. Remember, this is only false when the antecedent is true here and the consequent is false here. True and false. One more, true and true, no. True and false are now here. And true and true. The rest is true. Okay. After the conjunction, premise 1 and premise 2. This column and this column is true, is true, is false, is true, is false, is false, is false, and the last is true. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now let's go to the conclusion. Conclusion involves negation P. Negation P thing. So the negation P is the completely opposite value of P. Is false, 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 and true, 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 and true. Now, conclusion is R a conditional negation P. This is conclusion. So now let's see what happened. Is conditional R, okay, this is this, and negation P is this. Remember, this is false only when this, okay, in this case true and false is false. In this case is true and false is another false. And the third one, true and false is another false. Okay, let me finish. This is true. Number 4 is false. False, not true, sorry. Number 5 is true. True and true is true. This is false, is true, and this is true, true is true, and this is false is true. So basically, we have only 2 false here. Okay, finally is 1 conjunction 2 conditional with the conclusion. Okay, basically we are working with this column, okay, the antecedent, and this column que es consequent. Entonces now it's only false when the antecedent is true, like that, and the consequent is false. This is false. This is true. Let me see. The rest is true. 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 Everything is true. True, 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 and true. Okay, but when you analyze this column, we have only one false. When you have only one false, this is not tautology, it's fallacy. And therefore, the argument is invalid. Okay.